Okay. All right, it's Wednesday, February 7th, and I'm about to pack to actually fly to Indonesia to climb the tallest mountain in Oceania. It's the Carstensz Pyramid. My previous altitude record is 15,300 feet, which was set at the Nevado de Toluca in central Mexico, and that was in my early 20s, and I actually haven't been higher than that, even though I climb quite a bit, haven't been higher than that since. So I'm really excited to set a new altitude PR, and there's a lot of work still that goes into getting ready for this expedition. I leave tonight at midnight. I fly to Taipei, to Bali, to Timika on the island of New Guinea, and then we charter a helicopter into base camp. But there's a lot of work still yet to be done. I need to turn this pile of gear into something a little bit more manageable that goes into these two bags. On the way to the airport. Say hi, T.
No.
T?
Hi.
Are you mad?
Sad.
She's sad. But she did get the invite, and then she'll be joining me in Bali for a 6-day vacation.
Am I still talking?
All right, here in Timika, Indonesia, and it's been a long couple days. Haven't slept a whole lot, and we're gonna be here for about 24 hours tomorrow morning. At the crack of dawn, we're gonna try to helicopter into base camp if conditions permit. So here's my little room. At least it's got AC. It's probably about 95 degrees with 100% humidity, and this is home for the next 24 hours. So in order to continue this story, I need to fill you in on some of the unique history of the island that Carstensz Pyramid is located. New Guinea is the third largest island on Earth after Australia and Greenland. The eastern half of the island is the major landmass of the independent state of Papua New Guinea. The western half of the island, commonly referred to as Papua, has been part of Indonesia since 1962. Carstensz Pyramid lies on this western side of the island in Papua. Much of the island is populated by 1,000 different tribal groups, including the penis-gourd-wearing Dani tribesmen. Expeditions to Carstensz Pyramid used to trek through the jungles of Papua to reach base camp, but political unrest in recent years has made this option unavailable. Today, most expeditions rely on chartered helicopters to fly climbers in and out of base camp. Though this adds a tremendous cost to the price tag of this climb, it makes reaching base camp much more likely, or so I thought. Each morning, we arrived at the Timika airport at 6 a.m. We would check our bags in and look towards the mountains. Our helicopter could only fly with a direct line of sight to the landing zone. With dense clouds settled around the mountain, all we could do was wait for them to clear. This is day 5 of Groundhog's Day. It's Thursday, February 15th, and for the 5th time we've shown up to the airport and stared at the hills to try and see base camp. And as you can see today, it's the worst day yet. We can't even see the mountains. So we are going to go back to the compound, and I guess we'll come back and try again tomorrow. I'm trying to keep a positive attitude, but I'm really annoyed. And it's kind of feeling, I felt this before and it always passes, but I'm feeling like, is this really what I want to be doing with the next few years of my life? After 7 days of waiting, it's finally happening. The clouds departed. We can see the summit. We're about to get on this helicopter. I can't believe this is happening. After 20 minutes of flying, we finally got our first glimpse of Carstensz. As hard as it was for us to wait in Tamika, another expedition had been waiting for extraction up on the mountain. They were really glad to see us. I can't even explain how happy we are. Catherine and I.
It's wonderful to be up here.
We drew the straws that got us on the first helicopter ride, and so here we are at Carstensz.
Yep.
It was whirlwind. We were packing our bags to go to Bali, and as we were driving to the airport, they rerouted us, threw us on a helicopter, and in less than 2 minutes.
2 minutes on the helicopter, and in less than 30 on the ground.
On the helicopter, get out of here, and then 25 minutes later, we're here in Yellow Valley. The rest of our team arrived an hour later, and we began exploring our new home. We sat down to a team lunch to discuss the plan, and then headed back to our tents to rest up for the climb. We spent the last few hours training, learning a lot about climbing with self-ascenders and belaying with the figure 8 device. And then we sat down and had a really nice meal. But at lunch, we talked about kind of what our plan is. And our plan, instead of taking a rest day, which we typically would, because we waited so long and we're so far behind schedule, we are actually going to start climbing early tomorrow. So about 4 a.m. we're going to wake up and get up and down this mountain before the storms hit. So. All right, it's 5 a.m. here at Carstensz Base Camp, and we are all packed up and ready to go. We didn't sleep great last night, which is no surprise. Going from 0 feet to 14,000 feet, it's very difficult on the body. We're tired, but we need to be focused and energized. Fortunately, there's a product for that. But I'm actually going to be field testing something different, something we've been working on at Run Gum HQ. I've got extra strength run gum to power me through this climb. So here we go. Just hanging out here at 14,500 feet. You can see camp behind me and a beautiful sunrise off that way. We've got 1,500 vertical feet to go to the summit. Around it. We all struggled to breathe in the thin mountain air. Our guides, who had been living at 14,000 feet for months, had no problem. In fact, they enjoyed a cigarette during our breaks. Feeling good? We climbed nearly 1,500 vertical feet up the sharp limestone face. Woo! At the top of the ridge, we found our most daunting challenge of the day, the Sky Bridge, a 20-meter gap we crossed walking across stretched cables. Slow and steady. With that obstacle behind us, we were only a few hundred feet from the summit. I should feel a lot better now. But I'm near the summit! Woo!
Nice job, man. Thank you.
Well, about 5 or 6 hours worth of climbing, but just like that, we made it to the top of Carstensz Pyramid. That's a new altitude PR for me, and a really freaking cool mountain, top of Indonesia. I'm really tired, but we got an awesome time on the top, some great pictures, and a lot of good memories. Run Gum Extra Strength performed admirably, and I'm gonna have another piece right now and some water, and then we're gonna head all the way back down. I absolutely loved this climb. I never ever thought it was going to happen. It tested me emotionally when we had to be patient in Tamika, and it tested me physically a lot more than I thought it would. It's a tough climb. I'm really honored to have done it with this group and excited to get home. Interviews from a high mountain summit are never very good. Exhaustion and limited oxygen make for not so crisp thoughts and slurred words. I also dislike summit interviews for another reason: perspective. Just as standing on the summit is only half the climb, you still have to get back down. Perspective on the accomplishment can only be fully realized upon leaving the mountain. As I recovered from my climb in Bali, many feelings washed over me. Chief among them was a sense of, why did I just do that? To be honest, I don't completely know what draws me to the mountains. As a goal-oriented person, I'm certainly intrigued by the challenge of it, but there are hundreds of athletic challenges out there. What it really boils down to is a sense of adventure. Adventure feeds my soul. A few times during my climb of Carstensz Pyramid, I said to myself, why in the world did I sign up for this? However, when I wasn't feeling those thoughts of despair, I was thinking, I've never felt more alive.